so many goddamn crumpets is gonna be a crump-pocalypse.
So now we're going to move on to kind of artistic-y things that I do and things I create and things that I like. Some of it I'm just going to explain to you, some of it I'm going to show you. So I've already showed you these guys, but I'll show you in better form. This is one of the pictures that I took photographs of for Dia de la Muerte, and this is the other one. These are my two favourites from it, so I made them bigger prints obviously. And for the masculinity, there's these two guys, which is my favourite ones as well. So they're pictures I took and created and put them the way I wanted it, simple as. Now we're going to go back to kind of when I was about, Jesus, I must have been maybe 10, 11 years old, I think. These are quite embarrassing, but they're quite funny. It's 1, 2, should be 3. There we go. So, let me see, that was number 1, it was 3. So, yeah, this is it. This is so sad. So these are comics that I decided to make by myself. And my friend sat and did his own comic as well. Doesn't make sense. I can't really remember the stories. I'm not going to go through the whole thing because that'll just take too long. There's like 8 to 12 pages in each one, except for the third one, because the third one I kind of, when it started, I never even got to colour it in. So it was called Thomas and Cornelius, and they were two friends. One had a magical flute, while the other one had something else magical that I can't remember anymore. But basically, this was Thomas and Cornelius. You can see them there. Crappy drawings. That was when I was like, I can draw bodies instead of sticks. This was their friend Drusilla, which I'm nearly sure I kind of named from Buffy. I'm not too sure. But she basically comes out of nowhere from a transformer. None of it makes sense at all. For some reason she's got 6 arms and she's got 5 legs. I have no idea why. And then they had another friend, Penelope, who came along. She was there. As far as I can kind of remember, they disappeared and they tried to save them again. It turns out that the flute was one of them. And I had a guy called Vetrox, which is this is the second season of my comic. That was Vetrox there. He was a vampire turtle thing. Well, he was just a vampire, but he looked like a turtle. And then like a load of other people came and like they're going to the moon and they kind of left and stuff like that. And then there was like an African girl with dreads in her hair that I just made lines of beads for dreads. Yeah, pretty bad. Then in the third one, everyone just seemed to have gotten fat, but it's because I was experimenting with other body styles and trying to make them look more normal, but I couldn't get the proportions right. So that's a video, which is extremely bad, really bad. But on that note, we're going to go with more drawings I did. I'm sorry, I'm going through 7 million different things here. And that leads me on to this guy. This guy is one of my most treasured things. It was from a multimedia production in the PLC that I did, that I showed you earlier on, and it was by Jennifer O'Connor, who is an amazing teacher, absolutely amazing. I only wish you could see this video and that I pointed out that she is brilliant. I really liked her. She was so caring and so supportive, and she let you do anything you wanted. And even if she gave you like a guideline and like it's quite strict or whatever, she will let you kind of bend the rules a little bit and do it. So she really nurtured the creative side of people and tried to get it out of them without them even noticing she was doing it, because you did it yourself, but it was really her that kind of pushed it that way. So I'll show you a few quick things from what I kind of did while I was there, but what I will do is I will show you how my drawing has come on since. So this was my idea for my stationery, which was still like a stationery thing. That was my logo, and it was called, where was it? I can't even remember the name of the thing I chose. Hold on, have a look. I think it was 2K Games. I think it was. Which was annoying because then 2K actually came out. No, it doesn't say it anyway. But this was my brainstorming about my text, my image, the colours, the logo, everything was going to be, and literally brain and storm, and each one was different. Like that was about the image, that was about the company ideas, and this was the text, the logo I was going to use, and the name and what name I had and stuff like that. And I will show you the end result of what I chose. If I have it, that is, because I don't think I do. I don't, unfortunately. This was one of the suggestions I had, green and yellow. And actually, that was it. Was 2 scale productions, because it was a 2 scale. That was the one. So I'm hoping I have a thing, but I don't think I did. I also photoshopped this as a fake movie. L.A. Noire, starring James Dean, Marilyn Monroe, and Elvis Presley was all in it, and then did all the presents for that. So that was a cool thing I did. I'm so annoyed that I don't have the thing, but well, I'll show you some other stuff I made. This was a teaser poster for a movie coming out, and it was going to be Kill Bill 3. So that's why I wanted 3 lions put on the corner, and this is the date of very Quentin Tarantino kind of thing. And that was one mock-up. This was the other mock-up I had, which was Kill Bill again, Uma Thurman, and Quentin Tarantino. It's very kind of like the style they use, and that's kind of why I went for it. Because obviously it's supposed to be part of the same, so I need to recreate it. That's all. Study. Nothing important at all then. This is a fake CD cover I made. So the first one is the app, so you have to have like an app or whatever. And the second one is the booklet that comes inside it, and with the middle page of it. So this is what I chose for the app. You can't really see it because it's quite dark, unfortunately. That was my booklet template. And this was my front cover here. And this is actually a friend of mine that I took from photo shoots from a masculinity shoot. I'll put it in here. And this is the back of the cover, and stuff like that. Then let's see. Yes, this is where we get into where my drawing slightly picks up. Still incredibly bad, but a lot better. So I started to make kind of like an ice cream land, and these were the ideas behind it. It was meant to be kind of shop or whatever, ice cream on the top, and it was an ice cream from a swirling tree and stuff like that. I really like them. Maybe it's just me, and I'm biased obviously, but this was my first attempt at kind of like a cartoony girl. So this is actually the first thing that I drew when I learned to start properly drawing, which is this girl. This was my attempt at the male body, which is incredibly retarded, but it's much better than what I used to do. So that was my first 2 ever drawings after learning to start to draw. And this was my first attempt. So then this is my first attempt at anime style stuff, and I love Final Fantasy, and I'm actually very proud of this one. So that is down from Final Fantasy 7. Obviously I remember seeing it right here, which is quite sad when I do it. But I was actually so proud of this, even the little green bird here and stuff that it wears, because it actually looks quite a lot like them. It's a bit more anime than Final Fantasy would be, but I do like it. What else is good? This is my go at a mog. If you play Final Fantasy again, you know what it is. And I think it's quite good. This was kind of meant to be like abstract kind of Final Fantasy, and I really liked it. It wasn't really based on anyone, it was just something I kind of caught up and I slightly came across, and then just kind of played with the idea, and obviously this is all the hair, this is the face and the jawline, and this is there. It was kind of more abstract. I really like that one too. Trying to go really fast here. This is one of the bosses from Final Fantasy VIII, which is one of my favourites, and this is like flowing cloth and everything, so I was starting it there. This looks a bit messed up, but I was starting. Then I tried Sonic in different places, and I'm quite proud of this one especially, because that looks exactly like Sonic. But I do like the ones that look quite funny. Okay, you gotta hurry. This is Van Boogerhazen from Family Guy, or American Dad, sorry, Roger. It is proportionate, but Roger is disproportionate, so it's quite hard to actually make him the way he is, because he's not normal. This was from Mario, obviously these 2 guys, and then this is from, oh god, why can't I remember that game that's huge that I absolutely love, I can't remember the name now. You'll recognise it, and that's what that is basically. I absolutely loved that game. This one I'm probably most proud of because I absolutely love it. I love Dragon Ball Z, and I decided, right, I'm going to try step up my anime skills, and this is what I came out with. I have to say, like, even the muscles, everything on, I actually was very, very proud of this. So I'm so happy with it. This was a Geordie Shore type guy I wanted to draw just a crack. I think he did come out Geordie, although his neck is a little bit disproportionate, but you know, can't win every time. This is my favourite drawing I've ever done, it really is. Again, Dragon Ball Z, I wanted to improve on my anime, and I did the right t-shirt and everything. That is my favourite drawing I've ever done, maybe it's my best drawing I've ever done, but we'll see. You guys will probably think different. No, skip. I'm trying to show you the best and not waste your time. Snoopy, anyone knows about Snoopy? That's a pretty perfect Snoopy, I have to say. I like that. No. This is my first attempt at kind of real life body drawing. I actually don't think it was that bad. Like, it's not amazing, but the shadowing and stuff that I did, I was kind of like impressed with it more, so I kind of really like that. Powerpuff Girls, Blossom. I reckon it's quite good. Not too bad at all. I love this one as well because it's my favourite cartoon. Scooby-Doo. Absolutely love Scooby-Doo, and I think it's quite good Scooby-Doo as well. This was a little animation. I started out making a drawing of just like goopy chocolate coming out and an ice cream campaign. It was all cute. It was meant to go on my ice cream world, but I did it on this page, and then I actually made an animation out of this in college, and the line was, what was it? Howdy ho, folks! And you just kind of walk on and say hi, and then you walk off. That was my first ever animation. So this means a lot to me as well. Cosmos from Fairly Odd Parents. Absolutely love him. Perfect picture. Really love it. I did do Wanda as well, but she doesn't look as great. Blue from Imaginary Friends. Love that show. And this is Gary from Pokemon, which I reckon turned out quite well as well. Really liked it. And that was him getting feet because he's shiny and he's just something good along. Grim from Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Love that photo as well. I think it's a perfect photo. Drawing came out quite well. Love this one. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Love Courage, it's really good. So as you can see, my drawing did pick up, and there's a normal Roger, which looks quite normal. His head's a little bit too long, but sure, other than that, not too bad. I did Marcine from Adventure Time. I can just turn this up a little bit. That's Marcine from Adventure Time. Quite easy to do. To be honest, I wasn't really sure of any type. This is Oddish Tim Burton style from Pokemon. God, there's so much. This is when I went on Adventure Time craze, but I love Adventure Time. I love female and I love not that the end of anyway. See, it's hard when you're on camera on the spot. This was kind of when I went through a weird, pale, happy kind of. I don't know what it was. I just saw a few in the room and thought I'd try to recreate it, and I really liked it. And they're quite cool. And I think I'm finally down to the last two, which is Squirtle and Pikachu, Tim Burton style. I love these two, these are pretty cool. So that is all my drawings done, adjusted and shown to you, I think. Yes, that is. So I hope you enjoyed them. Let's see, any more artistic stuff? This would kind of be artistic. This actually has a lot of history. I will show you now. I'm just trying to bury through mountains and stuff. This was my first ever art I ever sold, and it was to my mother because she's sentimental like that. But this is the first ever art I ever did. It was digital art. It was meant to be kind of a Romanesque statue kind of idea, but with smoky paint in Photoshop. So I came across this. This is actually someone's real face. I dimmed them behind and put smoke trails, so I knew where the jawline was going. I needed a very good jawline, so really got in the photo. Then obviously the hair kind of going off around the back of the ear, and then over the face and the nose, and the mouth is correct. It's all done through smoke art. I really love it. Unfortunately, can't see it to perfect quality because of the light shining in, unfortunately. But And on the back, I didn't want them to know my real name when I printed it out. So I put Shane Jobs. Yeah, I know, sad. But that's the first ever bit of art I sold, and it was to my mother. And I still have it because she hasn't bothered her ass to hang it up in the house yet, and I was like, I don't want to lose that because it's a good memory. So if she wants to hang it, she can hang it. If she's not going to hang it, I'm going to hang it. Then, we are almost there, guys. We're almost there. This is from a friend of mine called Sabrina Ranieri, and she's Italian, and she does a lot of paintings, kind of Tim Burton-y, but not really. And this is her painting that I bought at an exhibition show that she did in Tampa Bar, and I just really love it. You can check her out on Facebook, or you can send her mail to this. She does do requests, and she does do paintings and drawings and stuff for people. So if you're into that and you want that, go ahead and ask. Now, this is kind of YouTube history for me. Because I've been on YouTube about 10 years, nobody knows that, and it's the 10th anniversary. I started, I will show you next week, I started basically making videos where it was just music to shows I like or people I like and stuff like that, and I just kind of synced it all and dubbed it over and did the rap. I have about like a couple of 100,000 views with about 4 videos. I don't even have that on my channel now. I've about 4,000 views with a lot more videos, so it's a lot harder these days, but back then it was very easy to do it. And that channel is called Shane Loves Dougie, all one word. Very embarrassing, but if you want to go check it out. I'll leave the link down below. Maybe I won't because it's too embarrassing, so if you want to do it, go do it. That was my first ever YouTube, but my first ever YouTube that I really got behind and I was actually in and my voice was in and I played games and stuff was for Ezio's Chocobos. So this is the first ever script for Ezio's Chocobos because the video I did was Draw My Life. So I had to record the video and then I needed to have a voiceover. So these are the points I chose for voiceover, which you can watch that video, it's still there. So I'm not going to bore you with what it was because it was nothing that important. But this was my Draw My Life. So I had Draw My Life. I was born a baby and I say goo goo gaga, and apparently I was born with a sword. If you watch the video, this all makes sense. Then I had my dad and my sister, and my mom, that's the rest of my family. Then when I was 7 years old, I fell in love with Final Fantasy VII. It's a true story, my favourite game ever still. And sorry, I'm trying to make this last, trying. So I got the bug, absolutely loved it, you know, that was my superpower as it may be. Then I tried to act like it and help the world. So I went around my little Buster Sword that apparently I was born with. This is obviously 100% true, like none of this is fake. But then I became evil and started killing a lot of people just because, you know, they were doing things wrong, I didn't do it, but they weren't really that wrong things, it was just normal everyday people that did do wrong. And then obviously that's the end, it was too much. I think I ended up getting jailed as well at some point, and I killed him by accident. Yeah, that was pretty much it. And yeah, that was it. That's pretty much all my ideas. I just went to jail in the end. This is... I don't know who this is from. I actually just randomly found this. I know what it's from, but I don't know who wrote it. It basically says, shake your whammy family, funky song, funky song. I'm nearly sure that was Sean, who was my partner, that wrote that. I'm glad I have that. That's quite nice to see. And then that leads us on to when I was doing the Ezio's Chocobos on YouTube. I did it with my best friend Nicole, and this was her Draw My Life, and she had a problem having too big of tits all the time, and I kind of was her superpower. But her tits took over the world, and yeah, so there's so much else going on with that. I kept that because that was quite funny and it means a lot to me as well. And this is one night when I let her stay over my house for the first time, and she left me a lovely little note in the morning that said she cleaned everything for me, and she did some of the dishes and everything, and she was so happy she let me stay over and all that kind of stuff. So and that letter means an awful lot to me, so keep that. We are almost there, I promise. Almost there. This is another great thing. This whole book is full of song lyrics. Some are originals when me and my friend thought that we could be singers and rappers, and some of it is recovers, and some of it is just taking a song and making it absolutely vile. So I will pick out some good ones and I'll show you, and of course I have McFly all over because I was obsessed, and I wrote copyright change ends if that does anything. So me and my friend Lynette, one of my best friends, had a song called Get Loose. So she would sing the red bits and I would sing the blue bits, and I'm just going to read a bit of it out, right? So I would say, all you people out there with perfect hair that don't even care unless it's about you, you look down on us, stick your nose above us, you don't even care, you act like we're not even there. And then she'd be like, not there, not anywhere. And then this is the chorus apparently. Well now, get loose, open up now, change your future now, for once take notice, please for once take notice us. You don't have to be stuck up or be a lick up, so just get loose, yeah, get loose. Then this was her rapping part. Hey, listen up, we're here to tell you all something that will get you thumping. You ain't better than me, sorry, so sit back and relax, enjoy to the max, and watch our backs instead of planning attacks. Get loose. It was atrocious, it was really bad. Then, let me see, this was called You. This was obviously about a crush. I don't remember who, I actually genuinely don't. But it says, my legs quiver, my arms shake, I tighten up, I clench up, my heart pounds, you can almost hear the sounds of each beat which run all the way to my feet. How can there be butterflies when I look into your eyes? My senses go mad, it's gonna end bad. Chorus, when you stand next to me I fall, when you talk to me I feel a ball, and I can't take it all. You can wrap me around your finger and I'll never linger. You're a brilliant singer, while I on the other hand, it did have I'm a minger, but I crossed it out apparently because I didn't think it was a minger. So yeah, I'm not going to do it because that's just bad, and it goes on for like 3 pages, so Jesus, 4 pages, sorry. Then there's Sense, I remember that one as well, that's not worth fine now. And then there's Tired, we'll skip that. There's one in here, there's also beatbox apparently in the middle of some of my songs as well because I wanted to be cool and preppy. I've never shown anyone this, my boyfriend has never even seen this, that's no joke, and we've been together 7 years. So Sean, you can see bits of it. This is just something I don't show people, it's too embarrassing to post, sure. We also had a song about Aaliyah, I absolutely love Aaliyah, she's my #1 solo artist ever in the world, and she died on my birthday, so that was a whole song dedicated to her. So much so that I got a friend who was good at art, and she drew this on the thing. I know you can't really see it because, the quality is shine. But, let me see what else I had, because I will tell you there was a hilarious song that I remember that I'm trying to find. There's a song called Devil in Disguise, Woman in a Man's World, Pushing and Pulling. These are some titles, Ups and Downs, Lie Again, which was another version of Aaliyah's Try Again. There's 3 pages. Naturalism, which when I was younger did not seem like what comes in my head now. I Get Lost was another one. Woman on the Edge. I wrote a ton of songs. Take Me Around the Bend, Something Missing, which I literally started at the very start and there's nothing else because it's missing. So I will show you some, I'll not show you the call out, the funny one. This is really bad. We basically decided we wanted to rewrite Rihanna's On the Replay. So this is what we came up with. This is the filthy stuff we came up with. It was bum 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 bum, everybody moon bum. Let me see you moaning. I'm erotic on the move. Shake it till your boobs come one. One everybody in the club. Give me your bum bum. If you're ready to move, say yeah yeah. If I'm on your mind, say yeah yeah because I'm ready for you. Runs on the toilet. If you want to groove, I'ma show you how to move. Then it goes to you rate me 1 by 1, then 2 by 2. Everybody get on the pole. Let me show you what to do. Let's go, grab your hoe, and I'll give it you a blow. put it up one time, put it in me once more. Come Mr. DJ, you can buy me on eBay. Come Mr. DJ, spelled C-U-M, may I add. Won't you try and get it up? I'm the whore on the dance floor wanting some more. And repeat. Hey Mister, please rate me DJ. Tell me if you can hear me screaming at the top of my lungs. And that goes twice. So yeah, it's very, very, very bad. I don't think there's anything else. I think that might be it. There's other kind of songs that I kind of wrote and did little bits and pieces and stuff. No, the rest is nothing. But that was the one fell song we decided to write that we were hissing ourselves in the back of the classroom doing. So we're almost there. So very quickly, 2 more things that I did. This is my Apple professional, because I know everything about Apple. And this was my 2014. And you all obviously didn't realize I worked in Apple, so this is a new thing for you. And this is my 2015 certificate for Apple and everything I did as well. And that's for sales training and Apple product professional. So it means I did tests that I had to get 9,000 points on, and each one was at 400. So it took a long time, and there's a lot of questions you need to know. You need to know business, you need to know sales, you need to know the product, you need to know insurance and everything else like that as well. So this is another thing from Gamescom, and it was my tickets to Gamescom. So I always keep that because it was one of my favorite things ever. So I'm rushing, I promise. This is a recipe for pizza dough balls that is fucking amazing, that I got from an Italian, and I'm purposely not letting you know what it is because it's too good. I'm not sharing it. I will make it for you if you want to see. And then this is from when I worked on the set of Vikings. This was the episode I was on, which was episode 1, 2, and 3, and these were all the big plots and the set outfit they wanted to do and stuff like that. You're not supposed to have these because these are for directors, but I found one and I nicked it, so that's my memory from doing that. I've showed you photos from everyone as well. Then I told you I met other people later on and showed you some photos as well. These are people that I met from Heroes, because I used to be massive into Heroes and went to convention. So I met the mother in Heroes, and she signed it for me, and she's actually originally Irish, and she's lovely. I also got this guy here, who I wasn't a big fan of, but I was like, oh my god, signature. This little cool dude who I absolutely loved. And this is probably the best, because I met her ages before she did anything, and I forgot she was in Nitchuck. I loved her in Heroes, and now she's in Vikings. And I absolutely love her in Vikings as well, and she was in Glee as well, so she was in so much, and I really actually like her, so this is the one I really love that I have. So they're all people I met in person and talked to them, and I have photos with them too, but the photos unfortunately are in the other box that I said I'll just talk to you about. The other box mainly exists of, it's all tiny little tickety things and stuff like that, and little photographs of like all the holidays and stuff like that, but I'll come back to that. So, this is EarthCon. This is the year I worked with EarthCon, and I got all the shops and everything like that to all fill it out, and we planned everything and the money and the resources and how we did it. I know ArcadeCon is coming up, so you guys should get tickets to that. It's going to be amazing, and it's just going to be huge. It's going to be huge. You need to go there, and it's bigger than EarthCon, and EarthCon took a lot of work, so I can only imagine how much ArcadeCon takes. I don't know if I work with the arcade, so I don't know if I'll be doing some work for it or what's the story. I don't know. I think they might do it separate, but definitely check it out. Because the arcade is amazing. There's amazing people there, and they care about a lot of people, and they really want to push it big. And there's good guests already now, so go check that out. But this is what I did instead of arcade. I helped set up and helped do this with a girl called Kay, who is lovely. She's really nice. And as far as I know, she's working again this year for the next one. So that was something I did that I was proud. This is quite sad, but I bought this magazine because I was obsessed with McFly. I wanted to see their naked face. And there's a couple of ass shots, so it's good. Very gay, unfortunately. Sorry for everyone who's not, but it's just part of who I am, unfortunately. But it's very sad I bought this, but I kept it because I actually do love McFly, and I think they're hilarious. And the fact that they're a normal straight band and they put together stuff like this, and the interview with them in it was actually very good, and it was very pro-gay, and how they didn't mind stuff like that. So that's why I really like that. More things that I've created and done. I got this signed by an Irish artist, illustrator for comic books. Can't remember his name, and I actually can't read it at the moment, so I can't tell you. But that was meant to be the Arrow for me, so it's good. This book. This was a story I wrote when I was 11 or 12. There's 22 pages, different stories, and it was called Siege. And this was all the character bios. Actually, I think I was younger than 11 writing this. And on the back it tells you everything I was planning on doing and the chapters and what pages and stuff like that. This was kind of based on Red Dwarf kind of thing. It was all kind of galactic, and it was all like Hoovers getting stuck in people's bums and people just being really stupid, and then I had characters from Final Fantasy that were randomly in it, like, and my writing was atrocious, like, it was just, I actually think I must have been about 8 when I did this. And there was Rimmer, which I thought was hilarious because I knew what rimming was at that young, because I'm fucked up in the head, so I thought it was hilarious and so kept it. I'm not going to read out of this just because it's going to take too long to get through this video, unfortunately, and I need to finish it. But this was a hilarious story, and if I did read it, it's probably going to be the funniest part of the video, but unfortunately I just don't have time. This was when I went to Mexico. I used to, that's where I learned to swim. I was 6, I think, and I met a guy over there, and he was just so nice. He taught me how to swim without armbands and everything like that. And he gave me this poem book before I left, because I genuinely actually thought it was going to be great. I cried when he left and that. And my parents with him as well. So he gave me this book to remember, because obviously mine was Mexican and he was Mexican. And there was stuff inside with colour, so I'm trying my best to try to sit inside the room and do it and stuff like that. And stuff like that. So I had all this weird kind of stuff in it, but I absolutely love it. It's my favourite thing ever. And I'll never part with it. It's an amazing little colouring book, basically. So I kept that. This was given to me by one of my dad's ex-girlfriends for my birthday, and it's the original stills from The Dark Knight with Heath Ledger, because it's my favorite actor ever, and the best thing he's ever done, and the most brilliant, just the most brilliant actor, and there's nothing about it that wasn't. And on the back is the certificate of authenticity, so you know it's real. So I always keep that. It's one of my favourites. It's the scene where he's standing in the road before the car's coming to him, and it's just Joker standing there. And it's this other famous scene where he's sitting in the jail and his face. So I can't really show you because there's no way, but unfortunately you have to use the light to see it. And this little card here is lovely. This is from my friend Mel. We had a huge fight years back. It was something stupid. And she sent me this big long message. Again, I'm not going to read it out. You can pause it and read it if you want yourself. Just because it's going to take too long. Because I'm already on a fucking half an hour for this segment. And basically she just said, you know, Happy Easter and I'm very sorry for whatever happened. And she gave me a little badge with it as well. So it's stuff on the side. So that was lovely. Right, down to the last 5 things. So this is a card from Sean from ages ago, and it's Me Too, because I love Me Too. And that is the card. I'm not going to show you the message because that's too embarrassing, but that's the rest of it anyway. And I keep them always. I have 2 of them, and that's the other there. I'm not going to show you because there's too much crap in it. And this one's a nicer little kind of cute one. It's Christmas card. I said to my wonderful boyfriend, yes, Sappy, I know. This is my map of Rome. I keep every holiday one. I'm only going to show you 2. One's great, one's boring. These are maps. I always keep maps of everywhere I am in the world, and I always mark them off, so everything I've seen, stuff like that, and I keep them all together. So I can show you probably the most interesting part of the map, which is just here. And that's the Colosseum, this is the Forum, this is the Arch, and that's the, what do you call it again, jeez, I can never remember, but basically where they wrote, did the chariots and ran them around, so that, so that was that. So that was my trip to Rome and everything myself. I have about 20 of those now because of the places I've been. This one's a little less written on, but this was Madrid. So this was everything I saw in Madrid. Nothing too amazing on there. Madrid didn't really have a lot of huge landmarks like Rome. So that. Finally, onto this last box. Thank God.
Ready, aim, fire.